Hey, Bimby. Hi, Blush. So, how's everyone? Waiting here. It's only been a couple of minutes, so the fire alarm character and date everything right back in the day. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Box mansion character. I mean, we have boxes. We did finish romancing the boxes. Bo. Bo is the box. Well, there's also Memoria. There's also Lady Memoria. She's a pile of boxes. She's a pile of like junk. She's a pile of just just a pile of junk full of boxes. What have you been missing? Date everything. It is a video game where you date household objects. You have a pair of glasses that turn uh, household objects into people that you can then date. For example, uh, you've got boxes who turn into a lady named Bo. Your desk turns into a very buff, inexplicably Russian lady named Dasha. Hey, Vanna. Your cabinets turn into an exceptionally sexy Italian guy named Cabrizio. Oh, I didn't. I forgot to change my T-shirt. Give me a second. I forgot to change my T-shirt. Give me a moment. Um, Honestly, it's actually kind of a reverse. And hello, Vanna. It's very much a reverse Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast, they were people turned into objects. In Date Everything, they're objects turned into people. So instead of like a human being who gets turned into a clock, you use these special glasses, and you can turn your clock into a human being. And like, they're not like anthropomorphized. I mean, they sort of are. Like they're sort of anthropomorphized, but they look like they do look like, when you use your glasses on, when you talk to them, they do look like human beings, with a couple exceptions. The dishwasher and the sink do not look like human beings. Fridge doesn't either. There's a couple objects that have we turned one human? Not yet. We have not realized anyone yet. We're still a ways off from that, unfortunately, because you need a fucking lot of points to turn anyone human. The only one that I actually Emma 666 covered Brooke. The only one that we actually could realize right now is Lucinda. Dominatrix. No, the Dominatrix is a safe. The safe is the Dominatrix. The vacuum is he's cool. The vacuum's a cool dude. He's all about doing cleanups. Hi, Yuki. Who's Lucinda? She is one of the DLC characters. Brooke is this woman who pretends to be homeless to grift, and overall she's a mess. And call 911 on her gang stalkers. The people in cars who honk at her, maybe. If you say so. Who would you date? Hey, Ralph, and date everything. I mean, I'll be honest. I feel like most of them could do way better than me. Penelope seems like she's the type who probably likes to stay in. Because I mean, it needs to be someone who's not like, like someone like Dasha. The floor's name? Florence. Yeah, I mean, maybe Florence. She's very cute and doesn't seem like the party type. You don't like party? Nah, because I'm not a party person. I don't do parties. Person that stays in the corner won't talk to anyone at a party. Pretty much. Person that gets wasted too early and has to get dragged back home. I'm the person who doesn't go to the party. That's who I am. I'm the person who doesn't even go to the damn party. The person has bad soda because I came in and all the liquor is gone. because I don't like parties. It's loud. There's so many people. The music is stuff that I don't enjoy. You know, it's music that I don't like, that I don't enjoy, that gets played. So yeah, just let me stay home. But going to a job or a pub? Absolutely not. Because remember, I don't actually drink. Pool mostly bores me. Like I'm not, I don't particularly enjoy pool. I don't drink. I don't like most popular music. Hey, Gabrielle, drink your first beer at the bar. Hey, Jenna, I have had beer. I have drunk beer in the past. I just didn't like the taste. Never had a beer. I mean, I suppose I've never had U.S. beer, and I never will. Yeah, Labatt Blue, Molson Canadian, Alexander Keith's. I've had, so I have had. I did, there were a few Canadian beers that I drank back in the day, but never had a U.S. beer, and I never will because that shit is fucking. I tried drinking a Bud Light once. I tried a Bud Light. 2 sips was enough for me to be like, this is absolutely vile. I don't get how Bud Light is so popular. It is disgusting. And being a light beer is not even particularly good for getting drunk. If the goal is to get drunk, there's way better options. Bud Light Lime or Blue Moon. All beer tastes like pee. Sure, but some of it tastes is some of it tastes like especially gross pee. Yeah, I mean, like that's why I don't like beer. Is I don't like the taste of beer. I do not find it to be an enjoyable taste. Um, Need a fruity cocktail. Yeah, I mean, I used to drink daiquiris, strawberry daiquiris. I used to really like all the cool guys drink fruity drinks. Yeah, girl drink drunk. Tastes like candy. It's a girl drink. Kids in the Hall did a sketch. Girl drink drunk. It's funny. Straight to vodka or rum, I say. Yeah. I didn't really enjoy getting drunk. I didn't like. I also don't like how getting drunk feels. So I never had vodka, never had rum. 2 shooters of whiskey and I almost vomited. Type of drunkie. What vices do you have? All my vices are devices. Quote I saw once. Sleeping, yeah. Yeah, definitely got to be sleeping. Depressed drink. Kinda, yeah. Because just like in general, I get, you know, in my head, hey, boyfriend, Dan Robertson. No idea who that is, and I don't care enough to look her up. Couldn't care less about who she is. Hey, Ravishing. See a mask now? Nope. Nope, you still can't. The mask I wear when I go to the grocery store or whenever I go anywhere, actually. I still mask up whenever I go out. So they want to see what my mask looks like. But then because you're artistic. I mean, there is that mask as well. Boyfriend, no, I am not following that drama. I don't follow anything. I don't follow any drama. I mean, I would definitely like to avoid COVID, Bambi, but I mean, mostly it's just I did get used to it. Fuck Pierre Poilievre. But I don't know. I was just honestly, it helps. It helps against other viruses as well. Yeah, it helps protect against colds and flus and shit like that. You know. I sing the new Superman. No. Nah, there's like I've heard good things about it. It looks good and everything, but I don't really care enough. So Poilievre was running for a seat in Parliament because we've got Parliament, which you can Parliament would be sort of similar to your House of Representatives, except that up here, the Speaker of the House is also the Prime Minister, basically. Um, Poilievre had lost his seat in Parliament. Like he not only lost his bid to become Prime Minister, he lost his own seat in Parliament. So another Conservative stepped down so that Poilievre could run for that guy's seat in like in Alberta. Because here's the stupidest fucking part of it. Not even the I mean not the stupidest part, but Poilievre was member of Parliament for Carleton up in Ottawa, just here in Ottawa. He lost that seat, so instead he ran for member of Parliament in uh, some town out in Alberta, which is way across the country. Hey, Pop. again, just like as like an analogy, imagine the Speaker of the House. Uh, Lost his seat in fucking New York State, and then in order to stay as Speaker of the House, he instead ran in fucking Colorado. Yo, like it's that far apart. But yeah, I mean, it's like he ran like other side of the country. Like he basically just took a seat on the other side of the country, so that he could remain the leader of the opposition and stay in the free housing that the leader of the opposition gets, and continue to take advantage of the perks. I don't know why the Conservative Party allowed it, frankly. That's the thing that gets to me. Why did they go along with it? Don't you have to be from Colorado to run for Colorado? Probably, but that hasn't stopped people from running for office in places where they're not actually from before. Yeah, like there's a long history of people running for office in places they don't actually come from. Weapons? No, I won't be seeing weapons. Yeah, I don't understand why the Conservative Party went along with it. They're sticking with the guy who fucking lost them the election. They had the election in the bag. And Poilievre still fucking lost. Like, this is the time for them to be like, okay, we're going to take a year and reevaluate our options here. Thanks for coming, Pierre. You can try again in the next election, but you ain't leading us anymore. You can try to get reelected next. You can try to get elected to another seat next election, but you ain't our leader anymore. Corruption reasons. Entered everything sketchy in politics tends to be corruption. Sure, but I mean, it's one of those things where it's still like he lost. And he's not a hey Buttercup. He's not a particularly popular guy. He has no charisma. Like he is just completely lacking in charisma. He's just most Canadians see him as very Trump-like, and that is not a compliment. Canada ever had a female prime minister? Yes, Kim Campbell for about 6 months. After Brian Mulroney. So what kind of happened? Throughout the 1980s, Brian Mulroney was prime minister. He was from the Conservative Party. He was prime minister for most of the 1980s. And then into the early 1990s, his popularity was very much on the decline. The Conservative Party as a whole was pretty well on the way out. So Mulrooney left. Mulrooney resigned before he could be defeated because he was going to lose in the next election. There was no chance that he would be reelected. So he resigned instead. And Kim Campbell was put in as the sort of interim as his replacement. Watching a review, brah. Reviewed the McDonald land meal, and I'm sobbing. So yeah, Kim Campbell basically just like stepped in just to be. Honestly, she was a sacrificial lamb. They knew they were going to lose, so they threw Kim Campbell in there, so that whoever they wanted to actually, so that anyone they actually wanted to have a chance wouldn't have a failure, wouldn't have a loss on their record. They put emotional grimace in the sticker box with the caption "most likely to throw a lit party." Because I mean, sometimes like when you know you're going to like, if a party knows they're going to be losing, like they know they're about to get their asses handed to them. Nobody wants to support a loser. So what'll sometimes happen instead is they'll just put forward somebody who, if they lose, it doesn't matter. I will say, Kim Campbell absolutely did not help her case when she mocked Chrétien's Bell's palsy. Because she lost to Jean Chrétien. And then a few years later, 10 years later, when Chrétien was in the same position, when he was, they can blame the scapegoat for the loss instead of the party's shitty politics. It's not even that. Honestly, it wasn't even bad politics. Hey, Brooke. Like, it wasn't even that, the Conservatives lost because of their shitty politics. They do have shitty politics, but that wasn't why they lost. They lost because they've been in power for so long. Canada tends to work that way. Sort of cycles of 10 to 15 years. 10 years or so. 10, 12 years. It's weirdly consistent. Justin Trudeau and the Liberal parties have controlled Parliament for about 10 years now. 10, 11 years. And they would have lost had it not been for Trump getting reelected in the US. It's the only reason the Liberals actually managed to win this election was because of Donald Trump. And the fact that Poilievre, most Canadians tend to see him as being very closely aligned with Trump. Anyway, so Liberals been in office for about 10 years now, 10 years or so, and they were about to lose. Probably a pretty good chance that they do still lose the next federal election. We'll see, but I think there's a good chance that they do lose the next one. For that, Harper was, I think, about 12 years For that, Liberal Party again was like 12 years, I think. For that, Mulroney and the Conservative Party, yeah, for a little over a decade. It's been weirdly consistent for the past few decades, where each party goes like a few years, goes like 10 years or so, 10, 12 years in majority, and then they lose. So the Conservatives didn't lose to Chrétien because of their politics. They lost because Canadians decided it was time for a change. Hello, Brooke. But yeah, as far as like why, like, you think Democrats will win next in the U.S.? It's hard to say because the Republicans are doing everything in their power to control the election. Yeah, Uncle Buck. Like they are doing everything in their power to manipulate things, to limit the ability of Democrats to even vote, frankly. Republicans are very much cheaters. They game the system, manipulate the rules in order to get their wins. Gavin's trolling is funny. Gavin Newsom, you mean? I would really appreciate it if people would stop rallying behind Gavin Newsom. Like, he's posting shit like Trump. My big issue with I have a couple of major issues with Newsom. For one thing, I remember when he did a photo op where he was taking part in clearing out a homeless encampment. Just grabbing the few possessions that homeless people have and throwing them in the trash. Fuck him forever for that shit. Genuinely fuck that dude for the entire rest of his goddamn life. His miserable fucking existence. For that. He saw a bunch of people who had almost nothing. And he said, we're taking even that from you. Rather than actually fucking help those people. Instead, we got pictures of him smiling, grinning as he hurt them. As he threw out what few remaining possessions and dignity those people had left. That alone should disqualify him from any goddamn elected office, from any job in government. And come the Democratic, when was this? This was a few years ago, but was it pre-COVID or post-COVID? I don't remember if it was pre-COVID or post-COVID. But yeah, come the Democratic primary, if I'm running against him, that's my line of attack. Like, that's my first, second, and third lines of attack. Hey, remember those photos of you throwing out the possessions of homeless people? Oh, and actually, apparently, just a few months ago, just this year, just back in May, wants cities to force homeless Californians to move camp every 3 days. Sean Penn held hella homeless during 2018. All right, so quick Googling is just bringing up stuff about that order, but don't think Trump likes homeless people. Trump doesn't like anybody. Trump doesn't like anybody who isn't kissing his ass. But yeah. Another issue with Newsom, though, he's very much one of those very much one of those types of politicians who's just looking at the angles. You know, he comes across as very sort of opportunistic, very like calculating. You know, like he saw yeah, man, I think it was earlier that he was actually like, hi, person whose name I cannot pronounce. Actually, sorry. Person whose name I cannot read. Sorry, hello to the person whose name I am not capable of reading because I am monolingual. Muhammad. Hello, Muhammad. I apologize. But hey, sir. But yeah, like his treatment of trans people is a sort of a perfect example of just the kind of person he is. Because, like, popular wisdom among the Democrats is that they lost because they embraced trans people too much. So he decided to throw trans people under the bus. Remember that podcast where he talked to a bunch of where he kept talking to far right douchebags? He had that podcast going for a little while where he talked to like was it fucking Charlie Kirk or some shit like or some asshole like that, and like just those types of absolute shitheels. There are actual jobs in the U.S. And you get the impression there's so many jobs in the U.S. I mean, the economy is definitely hurting. Okay, it's a significant funding source for mental health care in the U.S. and healthcare for homeless populations constrained by the Institutions for Mental Disease Exclusion, which bars reimbursement for treatment in psychiatric facilities with more than 16 beds. Here in Canada, it is 9 p.m. Newsom also has a bit of a history of like he's got a bit of an anti union history. Um, just in general, he sucks. Market isn't great yet. Many are below inflation adjustments that can't provide wages for housing yet. 3 a.m. in Spain. So yeah, I mean it's just really not thrilled about the fact that doesn't constantly held TV and say someone needs to unalive that motherfucker. In fairness, somebody did try. Shame that they missed. But yeah, I mean, it's just. He was declining in health quickly at that time. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you do see a lot of Democrats and liberals. Can't understand your talk, so please speak slowly. Yeah, sorry, I am kind of a quick talker. Yeah, a lot of people are like already treating uh, Newsom as though he's already the candidate. Yeah, they're acting as though he's already secured the nomination and that it's time for everyone to fall in line behind him. Like, there's like 2.5 years before the primaries start. Two and a half, right? Yeah. Like, this is the time to be. This is the time to be actually like talking about potential candidates and talking about whether they actually deserve to be the nominee. Guess where I found my middle finger when I woke up. Up your mom's ass. I am not married now. Or up someone's mom's ass. Hey, Mike. In your cat's mouth because he didn't give them in between my pointer and ring finger. It's where it should be. If you had it between your ring and pinky fingers, that would be weird. Really hurts for some reason. Uh, has it been getting too much use, or is it maybe not getting enough use? I do not understand Arabic at all. That's why I couldn't even read your name. Enough. That's got to be it. Yeah. Do I speak any Spanish? Not really. I know. I know. Hola. Hola. That means hello. And adios for goodbye. Hasta la vista. And see you later. Pizza? Pizza's good. Yeah, that's right. Gracias for thank you. Uno cerveza. Dos cervezas. Tres cervezas. Cuatro. Cinco. Seis. Siete. Ocho. Nueve. All right. Una cerveza. Nueve. And I completely forget what 10 is. And everything after 10. Diez. Right. Diez. And then everything after that I forget and I don't care. Geez, I don't know. Vanna said it and it sounded. That's what Vanna put, and it sounded convincing. Chingo. What am I? 40. 40 years old. Queso? I mean, isn't that just a dip? Queso dip? Ancient, indeed. I do often feel ancient. Means cheese. Ah. Good to know, Bambi. Churros. Taco, burrito. I know all the Spanish names or Spanish words. I don't eat any of those foods in Spain except churros, but I'll take it. Still Spanish words. The words themselves are still Spanish. I don't care if you don't eat tacos. Taco is a Spanish word. Hey, alien tourist. Your Webbles? Webbles. You're a Webble. So rebellious. Ooh, those wascally Webbles. Wascally rebellious Wabbit. That wascally rebellious Wabbit. Huevos. Do you like haggis? No. I've never actually tried real haggis. There was one time where my mom had picked up like some canned haggis at the grocery store because you don't really get real haggis here in Canada. So she picked up some canned stuff to try. It was bad. I don't think I would actually want to try real haggis either, but the canned stuff was vile. Yeah, haggis is best when it's fresh. Yeah, when it was hunted when it was hunted just that morning. Just realized pizza is pronounced in English as well. Like Andrew Zimmerman tried haggis on a rooftop because he knew it was going to smell. Excellent. Yeah, yeah. It's a small furry critter who lives in the Scottish Highlands. Um, they just run around the Highlands. Uh, they have one leg longer than the other, so they just run in circles. As you can imagine, that does make them very easy to hunt. So the regulations say that in order to make it more sporting, uh, you're only allowed to hunt them uh, after getting drunk. Just give them a better chance. I suppose, in fairness, like that was a while ago. That was years ago. Like back when I was a kid. Back when I was a kid, at least that was the rule. It's possible that they've changed it since then. I can't imagine that they would, but I haven't checked if that is still the law or not law, but bylaw, I suppose. How drunk must you be to hunt haggis? That I'm not sure. But to be fair, it's Scotland. It is Scotland, so they're probably pretty drunk anyway. Yeah. Yeah. What's the hottest accent? I don't know. The gunner running around catching. I mean, either way, either option works. Yeah, hottest accent, it's hard to say. Because, I mean, some of it depends on, you know, some of it does depend on the voice of the person speaking. You know, some people, no matter what their accent, they're just going to sound goofy. Other people, no matter what their accent, they're going to sound sexy. Is haggis its own animal or a sheep's stomach? Yes. Yeah, I mean, basically, if you can't get real haggis, then sheep organs cooked inside its own stomach. Pretty traditional replacement. Bunch of drunk people running around trying to catch a critter. And I'm pretty sure that's a lot of places. I'm pretty sure a lot of places do that. Yes. The females have long left legs. Males have long right legs. And then when they bump into each other, they mate. Just reading some of the comments. Somebody, my great grandfather was a haggis herder until they all attacked at once, leaving him having to walk with a cane for the rest of his life. And somebody commented, took a haggis to the knee. That's great. Was the entirety of Scotland trolling people? Because it's funny. Genuinely, it's funny to do. It's a good joke. I'm gonna get more water. Be back in a moment. Anyway, real haggis are hard to find these days. Real haggis have been overhunted, combined with global warming and loss of the natural habitat. Um, doesn't look like an old hippie. So yeah, it's haggis are dangerously close to extinction. So you don't see haggis in the wild much anymore. Scottish groups are trolls. They are a contentious people. I fell for it, gotta admit. The Scots are a very proud people, which can sometimes make them a little bit contentious and trolly, and sometimes trolly. Anyway, Nessie is not real, for the record. Nessie died in a pub fight back in 1972. Bigfoot was there watching. Yeah, I've been to Loch Ness. Got an ad to learn Spanish. Like an algorithm spying on us. In a pub fight, yeah. Pub brawl. Nessie died in a pub brawl, yeah. In 1972. Oh, I just remembered. Give me a second. I found. Sorry, give me a minute. Trying to re-find something I threw in the other bag. Oh, that is where it's stuck. I found a few more photos. Just when I was looking for some documents for the for my welfare. Literally, my finger hurts. Yeah, I found a few more old photos. Not quite as old as the other ones. Pretty sure that's me and Tim Tim. When Tim Tim was just a tiny little kitten. Just me and baby Tim Tim. Look how tiny she was. Another photo of tiny little Tim Tim. She fit in a bowl. She was so small. She was so small. Tim Tim on the couch. She was so small and tiny. Look how tiny she was. Here's Gwen Furball. Here's a good photo of. This is a good photo of Furball. My girl. She was fluffy. She was a very furry cat. She had such a cute face, too. Yeah, she was the fluffiest girl. Another one of me with Tim Tim. This photo is from 2005, apparently. Oh shit, my old chair. My old chair. You ever shit a cat like what he did to Jules? I don't think so. I mean, not if I could avoid it. And here's a photo of me with my mom. And I should not smile like that. Look at how shiny that shirt is. Skinny, yeah, that was back in my skinny days. Yeah. I just happened to find those. I was, like I said, I've been looking for the documentation, and just happened to find those photos. So I figured I'd show them off. Speaking of which, I need to Slim Jim. Gonna need to find a way to get past my executive dysfunction because there are things I need to do in the next few days. You're in great shape. What was your secret? My secret was just that I was young and skinny. Nope. No, because I need to find things. I need to find some shit. Like I said, it's documentation, and it's doing my income tax. I need to do my income tax as part of the welfare thing. I also need to apply for EI. I need to apply for employment insurance, and I mean that's something that other people can't help me with. That's something I actually just need to like pull up the site and do. Better quit waffling and get cracking. Hey, Northern Lights. Here we scared off Muhammad. Well, that means I can go back to speaking at my normal speed. Woo! Because trying to speak slowly is tough. Trying to control the speed you speak at. Yeah, trying to speak slower than usual. Having to monitor how fast you speak. It's tough. Anywho, have I ever tried singing? Yes, I'm terrible at it. You can watch it on the replay and slow you down. There you go. Can't put the highest in my pic. Think it has to be a certain size. Yeah, profile photos need to be a certain size. It's annoying. Yes, I have tried singing. I'm terrible at it. I might actually be. It's possible I might be tone deaf. When I was in high school, I took a vocal class because you need a credit for you need like an art credit, and can't draw, can't play any instruments, and drama class can the schedule for the drama class conflicted with other classes I was taking, so I couldn't take drama. So vocal it is, vocal class it is, and the teacher actually asked if I was tone deaf, not maliciously, but like he was trying to get me to match a note, like he was playing a note on the piano, and trying to have me match it, and I wasn't matching it. It seems. So he just so it's just like, are you tone deaf? Do re mi fa sol la ti do. Honestly, my main experience with that is Kids in the Hall. Hey, Killface. Just got done off chores. Kids in the Hall did a skit. Uh, some little boy's dog was crying, or some little boy was running away because his dog had run away. So, in order to try to cheer him up, guys started singing, "Do a deer, a female deer," and then other people joined in, and like just became this whole big musical number of people in the street singing that song. Just leave again for the put the boys to bed. Ah. All right. Good night, Killface. All your dreams of being a rock star crush. I never really had dreams of being a rock star. Now. No, I knew I was never going to be a rock star. Anyway, yeah, it was. Stay on past 9. You'll be back. I probably will not, Killface. It's just a very cute skit. They did some fun musical numbers in that show. See, your title says title hit. What were my dreams back then? Um, Early in high school, I think I'd been considering going into psychology or psychiatry. Can never remember which is which. Later in high school, I switched to wanting to be a librarian. Psychiatry is the medical one. Yeah, I wanted to do the. Like I said, I considered the one that was like, sit down and tell me your problems. Your problem is that you clearly want to bang your mom. You clearly want to have sex with your mom. I once went to the psychologist and I kept saying I feel like I'm the only one talking. Yeah, I mean, psychologists should, you know, it should be a conversation. You have to say Electra complex. Like Oedipus complex is kind of insulted, is kind of mockingly named because he tore his own eyes out when he realized that he married his mother. Gonna have to soak my finger in cider. So like what should I do about it? And they were like, let your light shine through. Like that doesn't. I appreciate their work, of course. Yeah, yeah, because like Oedipus didn't realize he'd married his own mother, and when he did find out, he was horrified and tore his own eyes out. And then Freud was like, I think men want to bang their mothers, and I'm going to name it after this guy. But then the Electra complex is just like completely misnamed. Electra did not have sex with her father. Because like the Electra complex is sort of like the distaff version of the Oedipus complex. Yeah, the idea that girls are attracted to their fathers or whatever. But like, no, she was not. It's terribly named. It's only because like it's like they only used that name because she was Oedipus' daughter. And I was like, but that's no, that's bullshit, Freud. They're reaching, Freud. Right. Electra wasn't sleeping with her own father. No. Calling it an Electra complex does a huge disservice to her. Anyway, I'm down to the last two episodes of Sailor Moon, so I'll finish Sailor Moon tonight. Most girls think their dads are dorks. Yep. Am I going back to the psychologist? Not the one I was seeing before. I don't know. I don't even know that I want to get I don't even know what I want to get out of therapy, and like, I don't put in the effort that I need to be able to get anything out of it. So there are some free options that I can look into, but I don't know. How does that make you feel? Hungry. That's what question psychologist specializes in. Yeah. Plus, do I really need therapy when I have YouTube? They can save life. They can. Yeah, I mean, I talk about stuff here. I talk about my feelings on here. Probably more so because of it. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I talk about my feelings on YouTube. So what do I need a therapist for? An open book? Yeah, pretty much. Heart on your sleeve. I mean, I usually keep my heart in my chest. Yeah, because if I put it on my sleeve, I'd probably die. I need it pumping the blood. I need it in my chest pumping blood. Bum, 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 bum. It fall off. Well, I mean, you can tape it or pin. You could do stuff to keep it there. It's just you would die once it's out of your chest. You die. I suppose if I got a heart transplant, get another heart put in, then I could put my heart, keep my old heart on my sleeve. I'm playing Mo for leaving. Indeed. Yeah, I have nothing on my sleeve. I have like dust on my sleeve. I have dust on my sleeve. I wear dust on my sleeve. That's what I wear on my sleeve. Shouldn't they'll keep it pumping inside your chest? True. Dandruff, yeah. Loose hairs, that sort of thing. Your dad's jizz. That's what I wear on my sleeve. Fruit fly juice. I wear your dad's jizz on my sleeve because he has terrible aim. Just atrocious aim. Shudder to think of the state of his toilet. I don't know. Maybe get back in. Hey, I'm great at catching jizz. 9 out of 10 dads agree. I am great at catching jizz. I love when my eyes well up in tears of laughter. As opposed to tears of pain, like from your finger hurting. Can hardly read the screen, but it's worth it. See your bottom? Only with dads. With moms, I'm a top. With dads, I'm a bottom. Other family members, I'm a verse. or a flip flop. Difference between verse and switch. I don't know. I don't know if there is a difference. I think they're same thing. Versus versatile, switch is switch. I think they're very similar. Googling the difference between a veranda, a porch, and a patio. Yeah, I don't know the difference between those three things. I'd assume like porch is ground level, patio is. What about a lanai? I don't know what that is. Doesn't a veranda like sort of not directly connected to the house? The porch that the Golden Girls go to. Lanai or lanai is a type of roofed, open-sided veranda, patio, or porch originating in Hawaii. Pretty much all the same, just preference on what you want to call it, maybe. Probably. That sounds about right. Like the difference between soda and pop. Isn't a patio an indoor porch? I don't know. Do I look like an architect? Anyway, I think I'm gonna call it a night. I'll be back tomorrow, probably. So thanks for watching. And good night, everybody. Trans flag or Canadian flag? I probably wouldn't hang any flags. Good night, everybody.